Look at that. Look how like all it takes is the O's playing a couple of spring games. Look how more structured and like
Oh
good
yeah,
these
we have
episodes become.
information. I was gonna say that at
Well,
the end actually. Like it's nice to talk some real baseball with you guys. It's
to be fair, we didn't talk about jerseys and hats for half of it. So,
but we're excited because it's spring ball, Brad.
yeah.
At least it's baseball though. You know what I mean? Like,
We
at least
talked
we're
about
talking
melatonin last week.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you guys let me go on aviation rants sometimes. It's at least it's not that. At least it's staying on the topic of baseball. Henman short, Mateo literally sitting on the moon, Ramon Urias playing second base.
It was fun going to games again. It was fun feeling the energy of the yard, and I'm ready for the next step.
They're all exciting pieces, and I mean, you could look at a lot of lineups this year and you could really feel good about the game, and I don't think we could say that for the last few years.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back for episode 61 of the Talking Birdie podcast. It's Ryan and it's Brad, and it's the biggest bully on the face of the planet, Josh. Boys, how are you?
Doing good outside of forgetting my mic this evening. Very thankful for our Lord and King John P. Angelos for doing such a great job with this franchise that we do a weekly podcast on. The lawsuit's over. That's cool, I guess. But no, other than that, just enjoying baseball, being back, man, and trying to find the streams where I can for whatever game it may be.
Bradley, how you doing, bud?
Episode 61, huh? The known former AL home run record. It was told to me many times last year and was broken by Aaron Judge.
Yeah, did you know it was a Yankee that had it before Aaron Judge? And
I didn't know that, dude. Who was it?
Only the father of one of the most annoying men on Twitter for like a 3-month period.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, not great to be honest with you.
I didn't know RDT played Major League Baseball. What?
Not great to be honest with you, because I see the spring training box scores and I see that Lewin Diaz is about to play his way onto the MLB roster, and I'm not handling that very well right now. So
it was wild. 3 of the 4 first base replacements were like they have home runs right now. Everyone except Ryan O'Hearn.
Not good. So
why do we care who the backup first baseman is? Honestly?
Because I don't want there to be a backup first baseman. I don't
have
want
to have someone else that can play first.
Yeah,
anybody can play first. Anybody can play first.
Tell them, Wash, it's not that hard.
Yeah, and any major leaguer can play first base. I'm sorry, they can't.
Okay.
But anyways, Ryan, how's it going for you, bud?
It's good, except for the fact that Josh is a big bully and was mean to me all day today.
I was a big bully. We got to talking about your relationship with your father a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We did a little bit. So, Josh and I have rented a car for our upcoming trip to Sarasota in a few days. And we did it through an app called Turo, which is kind of like an Airbnb for cars. People own their cars and they let you drive them around for, money. And even though I booked the car and I put Josh down as a driver for said car.
Now, hold on. You got to give some context here. I was handling the car rental, but there's like a $80 fee or something because I'm under 25.
Yes. Josh is a child, and his age causes fees to be added to car rental.
See, I was trying to make this a smooth process for you. I handled the Airbnb. I was going to handle the rental car, but I didn't want to pay $80. So I said,
but
Ryan, you do it.
Child, so
yeah. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, but the instructions or the rules of Turo explicitly state that the person who books the car has to be the one to pick it up and drop it off. Well, that's going to be an issue because Josh is getting to Sarasota like 4 hours before I am. More than that, actually. So Josh is, it's remote pickup. So the person Josh is just going to log on to my account and be like, hey, I'm there. And the person's going to unlock the door and drive, and Josh can drive away. But today Josh hits me up and is like, hey, so like, as like an added level of security, do me a favor.
Oh, hold on, we're missing some more context
What?
here
Oh,
because
God.
the Turo rules state. I don't even think the host like wrote this down, but the Turo rules state that the person who is added cannot pick up the car. The person who rented the car has to be the one picking up the car. But most are remote check-in.
Is that not what I just said?
Did you? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
exactly what I just
Well,
said.
never mind.
You're such a bully. Do you see? It's happening live on air right
I
now.
just mansplained to you how to do
Yeah.
Turo.
Yeah, you did. So I'm like, okay, what? And then Josh is like, the next time you're in a parking garage, send me a selfie of you in the parking garage so that if the guy like wants to press me about being in the garage, I can just send him the picture. And I was like, all right, that's fine. Like the building I'm working at today has a garage. I'm parked down there, so it'll be super easy. So on my way to the car, I remembered, first of all, it was hours after you said that to the time I actually took the picture. I remembered I made myself look like an ass because I'm walking to my car with my coworker and I stop. Come on, man. End of a long day. Leave me alone. I pull out my phone and I take a picture. I made sure I didn't get any signs in there, in the thing that would give it away that I was in Baltimore. Nothing. I send it to Josh, and this motherfucker just starts picking it apart. He's mad at me because of how I position myself, and I'm like, bro, I'm showing you that there's a car over my shoulder and that we're in a garage. Like, is that not the point?
I maybe didn't explain this well enough over
You didn't
text.
explain anything.
Okay, so you see how you are. You're in the garage. There's the little car right there. I wanted to do the background remover on your selfie, so I would just ideally in my head, you were just like a little head in this corner. I removed the background because you had the lighting of the parking garage. I could actually use the picture and replace it with a picture of me at the car.
You didn't tell me this at all. Why didn't you tell me that?
That was what I was trying to communicate to you, was that I wanted you in the corner with their car, but I just overlaid the pictures. That was what I wanted to do. None of this is probably even necessary, but this is how we're going about this.
Classic case of miscommunication.
That's such a good idea, and you didn't tell me any of that.
Let me see how I tried to word it over text. I said, let's see. Next time you're in a parking garage, take a selfie with the car. That way, I'm just gonna take the the L here.
Yeah, you should.
All I texted you was, I don't know how often you're in parking garages, but I'm trying to get the lighting to match closely. Verify that you're at the car. I've got a pic ready to get. Yeah, this is not. My bad. I'll take the L.
Thank you.
We have a resolution, folks.
We do. Anyway.
Hooray, we're all buddies again.
You guys watched much spring training at all? I know only one Orioles game's been televised, and it wasn't by Masson. But
Watch, no, but I've been checking the box scores every day.
Same.
Yep.
I pop in on it. I don't really care to watch it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it live, of course, but they take place during the day, and I'm still working, so it's like
there's phases of spring training too. Like the first week, you're kind of like into it. You're like, yeah, this is so cool. Like all my favorite players and like all the prospects are all in the same field, and you're checking the box scores. You're watching what you can, and then there's like 2.5 weeks where you don't give baseball like a second thought until like besides like regular season is coming.
Yeah, because like I mean, at least it's probably gonna be a little different this year with so many of the prospects being of like the ones that we care about being so close to joining the major league team. But like before
hopefully.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is that with that being the case, they'll likely stick around a little longer in spring training. Before it was like, all right, like this guy's cool, like I don't know, like Gunner, he's a single A, he's at Aberdeen, so it's like, oh cool, he's at spring training, but then like the second that they do cut downs, he's gone.
So like Jackson Holiday this year.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, like it's good that Jackson Holiday is getting the reps now because I'm sure as soon as they cut down the roster, he's going to be gone. Just fine.
Yeah.
At least most of like the top prospects are like in AA or AAA, so like they could kind of like stick around for a majority of the spring training, and it'd be like kind of like them just getting more of a look as a shot at the roster as opposed to them just getting like experience, like just Jackson Holiday.
Just getting reps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that like Holiday and Mayo, they actually have like names on their jerseys?
Did see that, yeah.
It's weird because they usually don't do that.
I didn't know
for
that was
spring, yeah.
unusual. I knew they usually got weird numbers. I thought they still had their name on the jerseys, but
I think
don't
it's
know, I guess.
because Nike changed the rules for
Okay.
amount of jerseys the team can carry. So teams are only allowed to have 4 jerseys and a City Connect jersey on top of that. So a lot of teams nix their spring training jerseys, which would have been the ones without numbers, but now they're just using the orange alternates.
They don't use spring training jerseys. The Orioles haven't used spring training jerseys in years. They've always just used the white and the orange jersey.
Oh, even like in the past, they'd have like the same orange jersey, just with no name on it.
There was a time when they would wear they would alternate between the white jersey and like a BP jersey.
Yeah.
But for the last, at least 3 or 4 years, all I've seen from them is the white and then the orange. And then they just jump back and forth with that. They wear the white at home, and then when they go on the road, they wear the orange.
And the Friday night black jersey.
I don't think they use that as in spring training.
Spring. Okay.
Yeah, I'm purely talking about spring. Yeah.
Yeah, for the season until we get City Connect, it'll just be home away, orange black. So
speaking of the Orioles jerseys, I wanted to bring this up to you guys. This is not on the notes or anything. I just wanted to get your take on it. So the Orioles are one of, actually, I would say it's kind of this way for all the teams I like right now, but I'm like super content with the O's jerseys. Like a lot of times people hate their team's jersey, want them to change it, whatever. Like I'm totally fine. I would love for them to stay exactly the way they are, because every time a team tries to do like a new and exciting, like modern MLB jersey design, it's terrible. Like look at the D-backs. Remember when they rebranded a couple of years ago and
that was like bad,
and they had like the black shoulders. It looked like a football jersey. Like it was
like the neon borders on the lettering, and like the shoulders had like the plaid on it. It was really odd.
Yeah, and then like for some reason they were like, let's just drop the red on some of them and put like teal, even though it's never been really a part of our color scheme. We're just gonna put teal on there.
Never really had a strong opinion about jerseys. I got to be honest with you.
I'm a slut. I'm a slut for jerseys.
There's only one time I've had a strong opinion about jerseys, and that was that one year when the Ravens came out one day wearing gold pants and purple jerseys. And that's the only time I've ever been like, wow,
they didn't say anything about it either. They just did it.
They just did it. Yeah. I was at that game, and like they came out, that was like their worst season too, but I got free tickets to the game. So I was like, oh shit, I'll take the free tickets. Sure. And they come out in fucking gold pants. You get
to see the gold pant Ravens today.
And I was like, what the hell is going on here, dude? That's like the only time I've ever actually had a strong reaction to.
Did people in the crowd like take notice of it, or they?
They definitely did. It was widely talked about.
Okay. Audibly dissatisfied.
The product, I think that was the year they went like. That was the year that
it was the 5-11 year.
The 5-11 year. So yeah,
Clausen.
Yeah, I think Clausen might have been starting that game.
Yeah, well, he did. He certainly did.
Yeah, it was pretty unwatchable.
But back to my point, jerseys. There is a single change that I would like to see happen to the O's jerseys, and I would like you guys' take on it. Brad, you don't have to, since you just went on a thing about how you don't care about jerseys. But
okay,
weigh in if you feel like it.
Sure.
So I love the home jersey, white. It's classic white baseball uniform. It's perfect to me. The road jersey, I love when baseball teams put the city name on the gray jersey as opposed to just keeping the team name. Love that. Orange jersey, my favorite jersey of all. It's flawless. I wish they'd wear it way more than just on Saturdays. The black jersey, I also love, but hear me out. They should take the black jersey and fuse it with the gray jersey. So leave everything about it the same, keep it black, but change it instead of saying Orioles, Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I have a similar opinion to you on the home and away. Like they're just classic baseball jerseys. You got the piping down the side of the pants. Like it looks really good. And like the classic, like home team name. And then the away jerseys have the city name. That's great. I don't hate the orange jerseys. I don't love them that much either. Like I think it works because of the color schemes and like the way they do like the different hats for each one. I think it works really well. If I were to kick one out, it'd probably be that one. But I love I love your idea for the black jerseys. Like, just have it say the city name. You could technically do that with the orange jerseys as well. It does probably work better with the black ones. So
you're saying like if they go on the road or if they're at home too. It's just Baltimore.
I mean, it seemed like it would probably. I mean,
Interchangeable, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could wear them wherever. I don't think there's any rule about that. I think the only rule is that like away teams can't wear white and home teams can't wear gray. I think that's the only stipulation that they have. But yeah, I mean, I guess putting that on it would make it more of a road alternate jersey, but I don't see what would stop them from wearing it at home.
I mean, I'd be fine with it. I'd take the black jerseys too. That's
I have
that's probably my biggest input I'll give to the jersey conversation. I think the black jerseys look the sharpest.
I have another stipulation, or not a stipulation. I have another
request.
Yes. Please put all of the O's script hats in a box. Push them into the harbor. Never wear them again.
I actually like the O script hats. I think
so
like
boring.
They're boring, but that's kind of why I like them because like we're one of the only teams that has like an actual logo still. Like we
Fine.
have.
That's good.
Okay, hold on. I like him as an alternate. Okay, I like the idea of the O's hat as an alternate because we don't have like a script B with the O and like it would look bad anyway probably. But I just like them having a letter default hat.
Wouldn't it be better though if they got rid of that and instead they took the B from the Baltimore script on a hat?
I would be open to that.
I'd be down with that too.
Because I guess most teams don't usually put the team mascot letter on the hat. Like San Francisco, it's SF, LA, St. Louis, Detroit, D. Like, yeah, it's pretty. I don't think actually another team in baseball probably does the team mascot as the letter.
Blue Jays.
So I do.
I got a big old Blue Jay head.
But the actual like the mascot letter, you know how it's like Orioles, so they put an O up there.
A's, Athletics.
A's,
Yeah.
yes, okay, they're the only one then, unless we're missing another one, but I don't think so.
I feel like we probably are, but I don't know for sure off the top of my head. So
yeah, well, there's the O's, and I guess people
Marlins. No, they're Miami.
That's Miami, yeah.
Miami, yeah. So it's an M. Okay, never mind.
And it's both though, because there's an M with a fish, kind of weaving into the M. Yeah, it's a great hat, by the way. Fuck you, Josh.
They did a pretty good rebrand this time. That original Marlins rebrand.
Oh, that's right. That's the one you dislike. Sorry, I got it mixed.
No, that last one when like Christian Yelich was first breaking into the league, that was hot trash. That was garbage. Those should be burned and put into the Miami Harbor.
I have the orange. The first Miami rebrand they're talking about. I have the orange hat.
Like when they went from teal to like more of a darker color, or when they went from like the 2000s Marlins to the orange with the M.
When they first did that like the Christian Yelich era.
Okay. Yeah.
I have the orange M hat with the like really basic looking Marlin on it.
Not good.
okay, the Angels have the A logo.
Anaheim.
Yeah, well, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing over there. They get a pass.
Even though they're like an hour from Anaheim, but they're called the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, they get an autism pass.
They're in Anaheim. They're like an hour from LA or something like that. Maybe a little less, but with traffic, it's probably about an hour. And then you could make a case for the Pirates and Phillies, but both of them, their cities start with P too. So
yeah, I'm throwing those out. Don't the Rockies do CR? So that's like one of the rare ones where they do the team and the city.
Well, then you would have New York. Well, okay, that's just
close.
Yeah.
Don't the Mets do? No, they just do NY too.
It's just another version of NY. It's the same fucking logo. They just change it a little bit.
Both Chicago teams. Well, the Cubs do the C.
Chicago's hat says Sox.
Yeah, so there's one.
Yeah. Boston
does the B.
Yep.
You know, I could like systematically do this, but like no. Go division by division.
It's good content. It's good content, man. What are you talking about?
You're
the D-backs have a sweet hat, dude. I actually kind of want to get a D-backs hat. It's that fucking like angry snake head on it. It's so dope.
Oh, the just the headshot, not the A.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, what are the best jerseys in baseball? Like, what do you guys like? It can be an alternate or a home or away, whatever.
I mean, dude, honestly, I know you just said you don't like it that much, but that orange jersey I think is one of the best. The black alternate San Francisco Giants jersey that has the orange piping and the SF right here on the side of the chest is a beautiful jersey as well.
Interesting pick. Most people go with like the powder blue or something from
I
like a
fucking hate powder blue, dude. It's so overdone. I hate it. There's not a single team that has a powder blue jersey that I like. I hate them all.
I don't know. I like the Royals powder blue jerseys.
I love the Royals jerseys.
You guys
I
are both
used to
wrong, but it's fine.
I used to own a powder blue Kansas City Royals hat, and then I grew to hate the Royals a few years later. Just because I'd have something to wear when I go to games and stuff.
Oh, dude. I just remembered I'm going to Arizona
Get a hat.
next month. Yeah, I am gonna get a hat. Dude, let me share my screen really quick so I can show you guys what I'm talking about.
You should get a hat on like Depop or something. That way you can have the hat when you go there, and it's probably like half the price.
No.
I
Part of what I enjoy about buying hats from places that I go is that I bought them from the place that I'm at.
Okay, all right. I'll give you
Yes.
something there.
Let me share my screen real quick, Josh.
every minor league park I go to, I buy a hat.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
awesome.
bought a Dunedin Jays hat, and I was rocking it in one of my Facebook profile pictures. I didn't even like realize that I was rocking it. I just happened to be wearing it that day. And people who have like talked shit to me on Facebook have like scoured through my old profile pics, and they're like, "You're a Blue Jays fan. You shouldn't even be here." Because they see a picture of me like from a year ago rocking a Dunedin Jays hat, and they can't decipher the
Those
fact.
Dunedin Jays hats, though, they're kind of clean. I like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is a solid hat. I do think I like their A hat better, but this is still good.
This is the one I'm gonna buy, no doubt. This hat is dope as fuck.
That like
Sick.
maroon red with the black is like such an underrated
So
combination.
clean, dude.
Yeah, it works perfectly for what they got going
This was
on.
an alright logo too.
Yeah, I
D
did
with the
like that
snake.
era.
D with the snake. I'm a snake.
This is
Ooh.
fun. We can do a whole episode
I
on
could
this.
get the teal one too. I'm literally just on New Era looking at Diamondbacks hats right now.
On an Orioles podcast.
It's fine. We're paying homage to the Diamondbacks and their fans that ruined our reviews on Apple. because Brad
Yeah,
pissed them off
sadly, I don't
online.
think any of them probably continued to listen or ever listen to an episode.
Oh, I'm sure they never listen.
No, there's one that's tuning in every week, just like they're gonna fucking talk about the Diamondbacks this week. I know it. Here it is, man. This is your time. We're talking about the D-backs.
Oh, they got like boho stuff too. Interesting.
Yeah, dude. New Era's got some nice stuff on their website.
It took me like 2 years to realize what the Diamondbacks were doing, but I think I finally came around on like their future, I guess. Like their outfield's about to be like the best outfield in baseball
Fuck
for like
yeah.
a few years.
Fuck this
Dude.
hat.
I am bullish on the Pirates being good in a couple
Hold
of
up.
years too.
I am too.
Why are we selling a 2023 Clubhouse black hat with the old anatomically
That was the
correct
spring
Oriole on
training.
it?
That was the spring training hat, I thought, and then they didn't use it. But yeah, they posted that like a month ago, and it's really nice.
Huh.
I'm gonna buy one of these at some point
Yeah, I kind of want to buy one too.
because I wanted to find like a used, like anatomically correct Oriole, and like eBay doesn't really have any for good prices or in my size, and like neither did Depop. And I was like, dude, I can't do this.
I love how that is the like agreed upon way to describe that logo. It's the
Anatomically
correct Oriole. Like, and that's what everyone says. It's
Yep.
It's so funny to me. Yeah, there's some RAO stuff. That's
Bad.
kind of gay, but
Sorry for the listeners, but
yeah, we're looking at
watch on
hats.
YouTube.
If you care to see, yeah, watch on YouTube. Exactly. What is going on here?
Dude, New Era is like a
What is
scam.
going
It's a money
on?
laundering scheme. They just come out with something like every 2 weeks, just like, oh, let's throw like a peace sign on
Why
this
is
hat,
there
and it'll
a
be really
remove
cool.
before flight tag? What is Alpha Industries? This is like a remove before flight tag they put on stuff that needs to be taken off an airplane before you take off. That little red tag, and they put it on a pin and something. You have to pull it out before you take off. Wow.
Can you see the guys sitting in the New Era like design room? They're like hopped up on like 2 Bang Energies, and they're just like, dude, so like, what if we take the hat right and we put a remove after flight like tag on it? Like, it's so cool. And then all the other guys who were also on like 2 Bangs are like, dude, that's such a great idea. Like, we could totally sell that to like 4 people.
Hey. All right.
Anyway,
Hat sharing is done.
Ryan, what was your favorite jersey? I never got it.
I just told you what my favorite jersey was.
Oh, the San Fran. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I wasn't
guess-
sure if that was
I
your
guess
definitive pick.
if we could do, all right, if we could do like, do we have to stipulate this with not the Orioles? Because they're always going to be my favorite unless they do some horribly unsuccessful rebrand.
Yes.
Then that might
Yes.
change. But if we're just gonna say outside of the O's, that one, the San Francisco jersey comes to mind. The green Oakland jersey.
You like the colored jerseys, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
But they have like just the big A on the chest, right?
not that one. They do have that one, has the A's on the chest. They
Oh,
also
I know
have
which one you're
that's
talking about.
green. It says
Yeah.
Oakland across it.
Yeah.
I like that's the one I'm talking about.
Get them while you can because they're gonna be gone. Those are like vintage because like that was like their home jersey back in like, or like they wore it very often back in like
Man,
Ricky
hold on.
Henderson's era.
I need to see if they still have it.
They have a lot of like famous rookie cards too of the players wearing those jerseys, like the Canseco jersey,
Yes.
the Canseco rookie, McGuire rookie, I think is in that as well.
Okay, and now that they've simplified them and gotten them back to like an acceptable standard of baseball jersey, my third pick for that is the Diamondbacks maroon D-backs jersey.
Do you have it pulled up?
Yep.
Okay.
I sure do. Honestly, dude, the D-backs just have a really good uniform set.
I actually like their City Connect. Like at first I kind of didn't care for it, but that like sandy
Los
color.
Serpientes.
Yeah, that sandy script is really nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's solid.
The red
Do you have
one.
like pictures of their old ones from like the 2000s
Yeah,
of that color? Yeah, that one right there.
This guy.
For some reason, I just like that era
I
of
do too.
D-backs.
I do too.
Like their home jerseys then were cool, like the Steven Drew days.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember anyone else that was on that team. Maybe Dan Heron. That's like probably it.
I didn't know they said Tucson AZ on the side. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's fucking dope, bro. God, jerseys, like I could talk about jerseys all day, dude. I love
There's just
jerseys.
so many different strings of like conversation you could go with them.
If I have the money, I'm gonna buy one of these too. Not even gonna lie.
Of the maroon hat.
No, the jersey.
Oh, the jersey. Noted
I mean-
Arizona Diamondbacks fan Ryan.
Wait, what the fuck is this? The Diamondbacks signed Longoria?
Yes, they did.
What?
Yeah, they like have no third baseman, so now they do. I think Josh Rojas was their third baseman.
I missed that. Oof.
I'm pretty sure everyone on their team plays like 4 different positions anyway, so like they just kind of threw where they could, and they were like, okay, third base is still open. And then they signed like someone I wanted us to sign, but it didn't really make sense for us
Yeah.
after we talked about it.
So yeah, those are my 3 favorite MLB jerseys. Brad, what are your 3 favorite MLB jerseys?
Or one.
Or just one? Yeah, you don't have to go nuts like I did.
I did say I think the Royals baby blue is pretty fresh.
Mhm.
We are in disagreement on that.
It's fine.
And I think the Pirates black jerseys are pretty fresh too.
Good shout. Yep.
I do like that. I think Pirates, like their new home and away rebrand was really good because I think that was the old jerseys too from like the 70s where it was like that kind of script saying Pittsburgh.
script. Yep.
It's really nice. I have to say Royals as well, but probably just their home and away. I just like their jerseys a lot. I went to a royal blue and white high school, so just that color scheme just always got me. That's probably like my mains.
I have to add one,
Hmm.
actually, and I was just reminded of it because I looked to my right and saw my my boxes of top series 1. The teal Mariners jersey, dude, so clean.
Teal Mariner. Oh, I don't know. I played a lot of MLB The Show, and I use that jersey a lot. Now I'm kind of sick of it.
When is MLB The Show 23 officially released?
Usually in March.
Okay.
It should be out. Yeah, it should be out. Hold on, I'll look that up for you really quick.
Also, Ryan, look up the St. Paul Saints jerseys.
St. Paul Saints.
It's Minnesota's AAA team now, but they did a really good job rebranding that team.
The 28th, Brad.
Oh, that's a ways. That's really close to opening day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to go really close around that time. Usually the first generation one, so like the first PS4 MLB The Show is like a month delayed, but now they're on track.
Yeah, I like all those uniforms, Josh, except for the fucking powder blue one. I don't like it. They're all nice
Okay.
except for that one.
Okay. All right.
I just
Enough.
I don't like it.
I'm
It's
sorry.
the pants, actually. It's the pants.
Hmm.
The jersey itself is fine, but when they go full fucking powder blue head to toe is when I don't like it.
I was into it when the Cardinals first did it. But then every team came out with one. And I like the Rangers one too because they were classically a royal blue or powder blue team.
Yeah.
But yeah, once like the Twins started doing one, I think they also had a vintage one like that too. So I can't maybe say that, but some other teams that had no business doing it did powder blue.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for everyone.
It seemed like it was a fad for a while.
Yeah, I don't think more teams have been adding them, but like there's a good healthy amount of teams that have at least an alternate in powder blue. Anyway,
All right, Josh, you
I gave mine.
did you?
Yes, I like the Royals home and aways, and I like Pittsburgh's pretty much all of Pittsburgh jersey. I'm sure I could think of more alternates as we were to go, but this has run long already.
Yeah. Kyle Bradish is so good. I think he's gonna have a really good year.
Yeah, I think he'll solidify his future this year.
I don't like the number change to 39. I wish he would have just got 56. It looks better on him.
I think, yeah, we're very used to seeing the 56, but yeah, I think 39 still looks good on him, but I was just so used to seeing him in 56. Deal Hall's number change felt unnecessary too. I liked his 49
also looked good for him.
Yeah, but like Stowers at 83 needs to change.
Favre at 77 needs to change.
That's got to change. I need to order a Favre jersey, but like this happened last year. I ordered a Ryan McKenna 65 jersey, and I should have known he'd change, but then he got 26 like a day after I ordered it. So now I have his only rookie year jersey, but he has a different number. Anyone else change? I know Cole Irvin has Chris Davis's old number.
Yeah.
Nothing
Not
else.
that I know of. Nobody else changed, I don't think.
I think Gibson took Lyle's number. Fitting.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Lyles got hit around his first spring start in Kansas City. I wasn't paying attention to that.
I just happened to see it on my feed.
No, I was paying attention to it. I'm gonna follow every one of that asshole starts in Kansas City this year.
I don't know if Ryan and I will get to see Gibson's first Orioles appearance.
No,
we might be late to the game,
We're
so I
going
don't
to
know.
be late.
Especially with the way the time clock or the pitch clock's been like changing.
Yeah,
the speed
we're not
of
going to make
games.
it because I land about the time the game starts, and then we got to get down to Sarasota. It's not going to happen.
Okay, we'll see Dean Kramer pitch. Maybe
We will definitely see
he's
these
going
That's-
second.
More desirable than Kyle Gibson, I think. So
for sure.
Yeah. Any spring training thoughts so far? Like Orioles general rules, anything like that? I don't know how much.
People are making way too big a deal about the pitch clock thing. It's not going to be. They're not going to. Every time a new rule comes out, they go crazy enforcing it, and then the league is just like, "All right, guys, calm down," and then it's fine. It's going to be fine. I promise.
yeah, it's gonna be fine. I don't necessarily love that they changed it, but it's not gonna be like I'm gonna spend all year saying, "Oh, I'm not watching baseball anymore because of this crap." Like, I don't think it's necessary. I think it does cater to the casual fan that's probably not going to tune in anyway, but whatever, dude. I'm still going to watch the same game. I'm still going to follow the same box scores. I'm still going to root for the same players. And ultimately, it's not going to make a huge difference. So I'll get over it. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't really care too much on that, but as someone who watches most of their games on TV and doesn't actually get to go to the in-person experience, saving an extra like 30 minutes a night is going to be kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah.
And I watched this video. It was a bad example because like it was like the longest time between two pitches in like MLB history, like at least since they started recording it. But it was how many inside the park home runs can Jose Altuve hit before Pedro Baez throws a pitch? And it was like 7 of them.
Oh my God.
So
Jesus Christ.
good thing that stuff's kind of been squashed.
Was that with a runner on base?
Yeah, so he called time like once, and then he like threw a pick off once, and then he stepped off another time, and that was all before a second pitch. So like, yeah, it's a unique example, but
How do the pitch clocks apply to runners being on?
I think it stays the same. The pick off rules are a little different. I don't know. I think you're going to see a lot more pitch outs this year. And like,
maybe.
If like catchers have like really good arms, they're going to be like more valuable now, I think, because like you only get 2 pickoff attempts, and on the third one you better get them or else the runner gets a free base. So yeah, I think you'll see a lot more pitch outs, and catchers with strong arms will be valued heavier. Good thing we have like the best defensive catcher in baseball.
2 pickoff attempts. Well, that's going to change the way a runner leads off the base after 2 pickoff attempts.
Right, like
get-
no one's gonna try it.
I guess he still can't go too far because if he goes like ridiculously far, then he can still get picked off. But
Right, because
That's
on the third
interesting
one, you
choice.
better get him, or else he gets the free base. So it'll be interesting to see how that gets played as the year goes on. But the bases are bigger too. It's just a lot going on.
that's gonna make base stealing easier after 2 pickoff attempts. So that's gonna definitely discourage even throwing over there twice.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too out of hand though. Like if they're doing pitch outs and stuff, so it should be kind of contained. Like I don't think you'll see many people even attempt a second pickoff. I don't think you'll see that much. It'll be like keep it in the back pocket.
Yeah, I mean logically, it's not smart.
No.
I'm having serious FOMO right now, guys,
Why?
because Freddie and Nolan are gonna go to Atlanta for the O's Braves series, and I can't go.
That's sad. Do you want to watch the Braves really bad?
No, I just want to go with them to watch the
Just want to go with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watch them play
Traveling
the
to
Braves
watch
on Saturday.
traveling to watch sports is my favorite thing to do.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'll get my first true time this weekend. But it should be
Oh,
fun.
trust me, traveling to watch games that actually count is way better.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't wait to do it for playoff games. Yeah, that'll be fun. When do they play the Braves? It's
So,
early.
first weekend of May.
Okay, yeah, it is pretty early. Okay. All right. Any other observations thus far? Anything with the Orioles?
Nice to see Heston Kjerstad off to a nice little start.
Yeah.
So-
Taryn Vavra as well.
But you don't want to freak out too much over small sample sizes. So I won't.
Yeah.
I won't, but it is noted and it is good.
Yeah, Richie Martin had like a 1.3 OPS last year out of spring. He had like 14 games too, so he got like a decent sample. And then, as we know, he didn't play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more exciting when there's actually a guy with potential who's ranked in the top 100 as opposed to a guy that we already know is a dog shit hitter, but it's still a small sample size either way. So,
Yeah, it's interesting though, because he's been like red hot since like literally July last year, because then I was in the fall league as well. I guess he was a little slow late summer, but
he was mediocre in Aberdeen. He was amazing in Delmarva and then in Aberdeen, but you know,
fall league MVP though. Doesn't mean much.
there you
but
go.
Something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out if it means something.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah. Trying to think if there's any like other notable stuff. Like Taryn Vavra's been hot.
Or I'll reiterate that I wish Adam Frazier wasn't here, taking at bats away from guys like Vavra, Ortiz, Westberg, Norby, all of them. But you know, I've already been through all that. So
Yeah, I was hoping to see more like Colton Cowser stuff this spring. I mean, it's only been like 4 games, but I think
he's been
got
drawing
walks,
walks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
as
he
someone
does.
who's like going to start the year in AAA, it'd be cool.
I would like to see him up in Baltimore by May or June. I don't know if it will happen, but I would like to see it.
I think it'll be like the same situation as like the Stowers thing last year. Like maybe he'll play a little bit more, but you probably won't see him until either a move at the deadline happens or they like it's getting too late in the season, so they need to bring him up to see what he's got.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do we see Kjerstad at the majors this year?
I would say I don't think so, but if he's red hot, then yeah. So if I have to make a guess just for the sake of making a guess, I'll say no, but it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible.
Okay. Ryan, what do you think?
He's not listening. He's not listening.
Brother.
No, what?
He said about what? Do you think Heston Kjerstad will play in the big leagues this year?
No, of course not.
No shot.
No.
Do
What are
you
looking
think?
at right now?
Do you think Westberg, Norby? How many of Westberg, Norby, and Ortiz play in the major leagues this year?
Perhaps all of them when they get traded somewhere else for starting pitching.
Say at least 2 of those play Major League Baseball this year.
Yeah. Ortiz and no, I'm sorry. Norby and Westberg. play Major League Baseball this year.
I have Westburg Ortiz.
Why?
I say not Norby because I think Norby kind of like, yeah, he was a second round pick, but like I don't think anyone expected the hit tool to be what it was last year, and I don't know if he can repeat that. So he might have like a 700 OPS in AAA for like the full season. That's my prediction. I hope he's better than that, but
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Brad, do you think all three play?
I think all three should, but no, I don't think all three will. I mean, I kind of see where Ryan's coming from. There's a good chance that all three of them are, but it might not. All three of them do, but it might not necessarily be for the Orioles because there's not room.
No, there's not.
Yeah, but I think there could be room for two of them.
You got to think one of those guys like definitely doesn't play or like is not an Oriole at the end of the season, like in the organization. Like at least one of them.
Yeah, probably not.
Because like unless they move Mateo, Urias, and Frazier, like Frazier's contract's up at the end of the year anyway, but they'd have to like make other moves to.
And who the hell's going to trade for Adam Free? I guess if he overachieves, maybe, I don't know, but
I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers if he's playing good. They just had Gavin Lux go down his ACL.
They can have Mateo.
They can't
Dodgers.
have Mateo.
The Dodgers will trade back for Ryland Bannon from Houston.
I don't know where he's at right now.
Houston.
He's in Houston still? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw like the Braves and Cubs. Whoa. Cubs also picked him up at some point this offseason.
Yeah, he was on like 4 different teams in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's doing great. So I don't think we've done an episode since this happened, but I believe the Angelos lawsuit's like resolved. They just kind of settled to do nothing. So it was all bullshit.
No, it's settled is all bullshit too. And I'll buy it for a fucking second.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna all of a sudden spend money because now the lawsuit's over, but like there's still a feud going on, but like the legal stuff I guess is taken care of for now. But they Angelos basically had another terrible presser, and he said that they're not selling the team and they want to have concerts more than a winning team.
I fucking hate that man so much, dude. He's just his dad reincarnated. I really had high hopes that when the teams turned over to those guys, that they would have their priorities in order, but they don't. John is just young Peter, and we can't even hope he's going to die soon because he's too young.
So I wanted to ask you guys this because you've been around, I guess, at a deeper level for longer than me. Like, where do we go from here? Because like they're not selling the team. They've stated that. Like, do we just have to deal with not spending ever again?
Yeah.
First
That's
off,
exactly what we have to do. We deal with it.
No
Okay.
hopes.
now I am good with them not shelling out big major league contracts, free agent contracts, because most of those contracts are bad contracts. But I obviously want us to extend our young stars. That's where I'm at. I'm not one of the guys that complains during free agency when someone else signs a like Manny Machado for 11 years, $350 million for the Padres, for example. Like, I feel like if the Orioles did something like that, that would be a terrible deal. And I like Manny. I think he's a great player, but that's just an example. Those types of contracts usually don't work out well in that. But yeah, I want to have confidence that Adley's going to get extended, Gunner's going to get extended, shit like that. I have no idea if they will or not. I really don't. I want to say I still think that they will, but I'm probably at about 70% confidence on that, I would say.
That's where I put myself as well.
As far as them saying they're not going to sell the team, look, I have no idea what their plans are with that or not, but they might sell the team. They might not. And just because they sell the team, that wouldn't necessarily mean they're moving or anything like that. In fact, it might even make them more likely to, get shit done. So I'm not super concerned whether they do or not, but I also am not going to take what he says at face value. Just because he says he's not selling the team doesn't mean shit. They could sell the team tomorrow after saying that. Guys like that bullshit through the media all the time. So it does. It doesn't mean anything to me that he says that, but I'm not super concerned about it either. So
the quote I hated. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a lot. I want to say a lot, but chatter from a couple different. I don't want to say sources. That seems cringe to say, but like people that I know of in, online that are kind of sort of plugged into like the local beat. There's been a couple different people that have said that there is a local contingency of investors that are like trying to put together like an ownership group to try to purchase the team.
That would be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously if you're selling the team or you have something in the works to sell the team, you're not going to announce it publicly until like it's done, basically. I don't know. The quote I hated the most was that he said, we look to the the Brewers, the Guardians, and the Rays for how we want to build our future. I'm like, you can't say that and then say you want to see the payroll also steadily increase, because like those teams don't have a much higher payroll than we do.
Yeah. Also,
And
when's the last time one of those teams has won a World Series?
none of them have since I think the Guardians won in like the 50s or something.
Cool. Yep. Super glad that that's our model.
Okay,
But
but
Bruce Springsteen's coming this summer, Brian.
Yep. Thank God.
but
Saved. So all that money can go right into John's pocket.
the Guardians and Rays have been World Series caliber teams. They just haven't got it at times. They just haven't got it done.
Because they're not willing to take the extra step to get it done.
Right.
I mean, they've both been to the World Series in the last 10 years. There's randomness to those 7-game series.
But what Josh is saying is that like the teams that have the ones that do spend, like, I mean, I'm going to say the Astros, because when the Astros see, all right, yeah, we've got a team that can probably win a World Series this year, they go above and beyond. They make every single move that they can possibly make, be it a free agent signing or a trade, to, I mean, leave no doubt that they can be World Series champions.
While
The
still
Rays-
considering the future as well.
Rays and the Guardians are just like, holy shit, we're here. This is cool. They don't go that extra mile. And that's what Josh is talking about.
Like
Yeah.
the Rays in 2000, I think it was 2008, went to the World Series. Evan Longoria is a rookie. I don't believe they did anything to like at the deadline really, besides maybe like a reliever acquisition. They did the same thing in 2020 when they were, I guess it's kind of different because of the COVID season, but the past few years they've been a competitive team. Brewers have been too. Guardians this past year did, and none of those teams take the extra step at either the deadline or the previous season to make the team any better, to solidify more success. They just kind of hope that it works out again. That's why I don't want to be like that. And after 4 years, I don't want to see, as soon as a guy goes into like ARB2, they just either waiver wire him or trade him somewhere.
Send them off. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Rays are much more notorious for that than the Guardians and Brewers. But
Now, if
Now,
it's a
I don't
guy-
want to be the Texas Rangers either.
no, I don't want to do that either. But
They're spending a lot, and I don't think they're spending that smartly.
no, I agree with you. They paid Jacob deGrom like what, $300 million?
It wasn't that much, but it's still too much for a guy that can't stay on the field.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either. Trust me.
And I don't want to be like the 2013, 2015 Orioles trading for guys at the trade deadline just to say we did.
Yeah.
Like fucking Wade Miley. That doesn't, what the fuck?
Gerardo Parra.
just to say we did.
I mean,
If you're
Zach
gonna make
Davies didn't end up being anything special, but like he still could have been a serviceable starting pitcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, they traded him for half a season of fucking
Yeah,
Gerardo Parra.
If you're gonna make a trade at the trade deadline and actually give up prospect, well, obviously you're gonna be giving up prospects for it. It better be for someone who actually makes you better, not just, oh, he's a veteran presence. Like,
Yep.
no, that doesn't mean shit.
The only I guess thing you have to console in with the ownership is that they literally have the best front office to handle this kind of situation, because we reference the Astros a lot and what they've done and what they built. We have the guys who were, very large, had a large hand in that process, I guess, when they were first getting up there.
And I'm beginning to think that might actually be, I don't want to say a bad thing, but I feel like that can be like a crutch for ownership. Like, oh, we don't need to spend. These guys will just find the next big thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, you can just
Like
dig up a
they're
Yordan Alvarez anywhere.
Yeah, they're almost too good at their job.
Yeah, like their version of Heston Kjerstad was like Alex Bregman. They took him with the second overall pick, like in the year that they were the year before they were supposed to take off. And like, I don't know, not saying Kersted's can't be an Alex Bregman, but I don't know. They've hit a few winners there too, and other teams maybe don't get that lucky.
Yeah, they sure have. Oh, sorry.
Bregman had like an 8-WAR rookie season. I just don't know if Kersted's capable of that.
Josh.
Ryan.
We're officially coming up that last weekend of March.
Officially?
Yeah.
Cool. Are we not seeing a Penguins game? We are seeing it.
We're not actually going. We're gonna watch it though.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not paying to watch the Capitals right now.
Are they
That's
holding
fine.
a playoff spot currently?
No.
They're not. Okay.
I actually haven't looked at hockey standings in a few weeks. I think Pittsburgh.
Penguins are bad too.
I know they're bad, but I think they're making like deadline acquisitions.
Yeah, they're not making good ones, buddy.
Okay, I just saw it. I don't know names well enough
So-
yet to be like, hey, that's a good move.
So they're getting Gerardo Parra. They're getting.
Yeah, they got Michael Granlund.
Yeah. Do you want to see his analytic card?
Kind of.
Here you go.
They gave a 2nd-round pick away for him.
Here you go. There's his analytical card. Remember, red
Red is bad.
Red is bad in hockey analytics.
Oh dear. Ah,
Yeah.
well, that's nice.
I mean, he doesn't take penalties. That's really the only
That's huge.
the only thing. And but the thing is, he's making $5 million for the next 3 years.
Well, that's cool.
That's really bad. $5 million is a lot in hockey.
Yeah,
Hockey players in comparison make shit, right? Who's the highest paid player? Is Obi the highest paid player in hockey?
Not anymore.
How much does he?
I think it's Connor McDavid. Like the highest paid player makes like $13 million a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hockey's cap is so small. It's like 85 million.
You guys see MLB wants or the actual like MLB ownership or whatever. Manfred said they want to do the salary cap. Like they're actually going to start pushing for it.
Yeah, but the Players Association won't do it. So we're just
Yeah.
going to another lockout. So who cares?
luck
Why
with
can't we
that,
do a salary floor?
I really fail to see what anyone thinks a salary floor will solve. All it's going to make teams do is overpay for shit players.
Yeah, sign another Adam Frazier.
Yeah, and so when we do sign our Adam Frazier, we're going to give him $20 million a year, and fucking the Manny Machados and the Shohei Otanis are going to be making $60 million a year, $70 million a year. It's going to further the gap between the low market teams and the big market teams. It's going to make it worse.
I'm not really in favor of a salary floor.
What if you had a cap and a floor?
They think it'll stop tanking, but all it's going to do is it's not going to fix tanking.
I think the draft.
would never agree to it.
I think the draft lottery should do a good enough job of stopping tanking. I mean, you finish with the worst record now. You have like a 13% chance at the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
It's not even a fucking point anymore.
Yeah.
I do like I didn't think it actually mattered that much, but you saw the way teams like behaved with the way they handled like top prospects. Like Bobby Witt got full run because they wanted to try to get the extra year a service time for him, or I think they get a draft pick bonus.
Julio,
Julio's probably ready anyway, but like Alec Thomas got to come up. He might not have been ready. Torkelson got opening day start. Rutschman would have gotten it, but he was hurt.
I mean, Torkelson did actually tear up the minors the year before. It's a shame that he fucking sucked this year, though.
Yeah, that was a shame. But, I don't know if they would have done that in previous seasons because they can manipulate the service time for next year to get more prime. But I don't know. I think that was actually more of a deterrent than I originally thought it would be.
So perhaps that could be a big reason why Greg Rod probably makes the opening day roster this year.
Yeah,
it's his spot to lose, I think.
Yep.
Barring any injuries. Brad, you had mentioned you wanted to have this little hypothetical Mateo discussion. Ryan and I do not know what it is. Would you like to fill us in on this?
This is Brad's new idea. Wait, can I say my little thing first?
Say your little thing.
Okay. Brad, do you remember we were sitting at I believe a Bay Sox game, and I think we were talking about Andrew Dashback.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation about him.
And you said, and we were having a debate on if he would over under if he would ever play. I think it was like 30 games in Major League Baseball. Was
for
that him?
any team. Yeah, for
Yeah,
any team.
was
Didn't
that
have to
Dashback?
necessarily be.
Was
Yeah,
that
we
Dashback
did.
we were talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I'm
I
gonna
think
put
we-
this.
I think we both agree that he probably won't, though. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wanted to bring it up because he retired today.
He retired. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
That
Yep.
is why Andrew Dashback, just simply Andrew Dashback, was in the notes because I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was him that we were talking about, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Well, we were right then. We were
Yes,
right.
we were.
Yep. Good job.
I think
bud.
at first you were like, because you asked me if I thought he would ever play in the bigs, and I was like, no. And you were like, really? You sure? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And then like after a little bit, you were like, yeah, you're probably right. He's probably never playing in the bigs.
I'm interested why he retired. He's like what, 25, 26 years old?
Not sure.
Something
Well, I would say
mid-twenties.
the reason being a lot of these guys retire when they can still probably play, at least at the level that they're accustomed to playing, is because they make such shit money in the minors that once they realize that the big leagues isn't going to happen,
Mhm.
there's no reason for them to continue playing anymore. So
I just
would
feel
say
like
that's
guys
probably
like
why.
him would like try it out on like a different team maybe to see if he could like
Yeah,
get
but I
a
don't
little
think he,
exposure at spring training or something
I
before
mean,
he
it might get to a
retired.
point where you physically can't, like financially.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Let me see here. He's 25 years old. This would have been his age 25 season. He went to Stanford.
Yeah.
What? It looks like he didn't graduate from Stanford. He did 3 years there, and maybe he like was advanced or something. I don't know, but 3 years at Stanford, so maybe he didn't have like a degree, and now he just has student debt.
I'm sure he was on a scholarship.
Yeah, that's probably true. Andrew, come on, let's talk finance a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
hear what you're up to. I want to know.
Let's get him
really
on
why
the
you're
pod. Let's get him on the pod and talk to him about what life was like as a minor leaguer and why did you decide to retire? Let's get in touch with him. Let's get him on here.
I did something pretty spontaneous the other day. Speaking of getting people on the podcast, by the way, I was listening to an episode of Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, they're both comedians. And Bert was talking about how much he likes baseball. So I pulled up Instagram and DM'd him to see if he wanted to be on the pod.
gonna talk baseball. Oh my
He probably
gosh,
knows absolutely nothing about the Orioles because he lives in LA, but like
that'd be
I don't-
hilarious.
I don't
though.
care. It would be so funny to have him on here.
Yeah, he'll never say yes, but that'd be fun.
Sure. But you know what? You never know unless you send the message, and his DMs are open, so fuck it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about DMing people not associated with the Orioles or even like no longer associated. Like in Dashback's case, like he's no longer an employee of the Baltimore Orioles, so he could
Right.
like say more things and like I don't know
True.
if they have vested interest in coming on.
I hit up Ryan. I hit up Ryan Ripken again, and he said he still would like to come on. He just needs to figure out a time that he could do it.
Okay, you know for a fact he's not going to trash talk the Orioles, but
I don't want.
He's he's like a really nice guy. I've met
Yeah.
him days before. Yeah.
Yep.
And I had like inside jokes with him because a former coworker of mine used to coach him in basketball. So I'd always like joke with him about Jeff Cross. He was like a super nice guy though.
I want to get some like early 2010s Orioles on, like see if Luke Scott will come on or something.
It'll be
Or someone
interesting.
who played like 4 games at the major leagues. Who was the
Who
guy
was
who
it?
scored the Andino hit run?
Nolan Reimold.
No. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he scored the first run in that hit, not the
I
actual.
think Davis maybe.
No, it's
No, it was
someone who
it was-
played like 1 game.
I think it was a pinch runner for Davis because I think
Yeah.
Davis did a double.
I was watching that game a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, that would be awesome.
All right, we can look that up. But
I'm
that
trying to
doesn't.
find Kyle Hudson. That's who it is.
There's a lot of guys that don't have their DMs open on Twitter. So, I mean, I'll message whoever I can. But like last year's draft class was tough. There's only like 4 or 5 out of 20 that had their DMs open.
It's kind of shameful.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Job.
But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, Spencer Torkelson's like card stonks have dropped since like severely.
That's why I
Time to
bought.
buy in.
That was the time. Like I sent Ryan my mail day the other day. I got like a Torkelson rookie debut Sapphire, and I got like a Mountcastle card as well. And Ryan was like, "Why'd you get Torque though?"
Yeah, I was just why Torque though.
No, I think that's a good idea.
I've hit
Looking at,
very
like-
well on buying low with guys. Like I bought a Jazz Chisholm card like 3 months before he debuted, and then the card like tripled in value.
I'm looking at like Torkelson autos, and they're not as much as you would think.
You know whose autos never tanked, or his just card prices never tanked that should have, and I wish they did? Heston Kjerstad.
I mean, I did pretty good on my Kjerstad auto.
His base. How much did you get yours for?
I got a Bowman. What's the thick boy?
Inception.
Inception. Yeah, I got a Inception out of 99. I think I paid the guy like $25.
Oh, really? Wow. I know
Mhm.
there was a time like right before he played last season where like cards were kind of low for him, but I never got like a first Bowman auto for like I never saw the prices go below like $80. Like
There
that's
is
sad.
a 2022 Topps Update Torque rookie auto numbered to 25 on eBay right now, and it's still early in the auction, but the bid is sitting at $10.
Those usually like the last day of them though, just
I know.
quadruples. It'll probably be way more than that.
I would have bought that already if that was what the person was selling it for, but there's no way it's going to go for that little.
It's out of 25.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
maroon color parallel. It's a sharp.
Oh, is
looking
it
card.
the 35th anniversary? Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, the
little
1987 design.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I doubt anything will happen. He has a nice signature for like
He
that
does.
card.
he does. I
Huh.
like his signature a lot. It's a shame he sucks.
He was bad last year. Anyway,
Mhm.
Brad, would you like to intro us your little hypothetical here?
Yes, I can't
Then
wait to hear
then
this.
we'll get out of
actually.
here.
Okay, so the reason behind this, just to give a brief explanation, is I already told you guys, but I was listening to a KU basketball podcast, and someone wrote into their mailbag saying they have this walk-on named Michael Jankovic. He's like a 6'3" white kid from Kansas. He comes off the end of the bench only in blowouts. He can't defend like any elite athletes, but he usually knocks down a three. He actually shoots at a pretty good percentage in a small sample size when he comes in. So it's 5 minutes debating it, and it was actually interesting debate for me. So I wanted to get into Orioles hypotheticals with this. So I thought of a couple, but I already mentioned one of them to you guys. So I want to bring up one which actually involved a lot of critical thinking for me to come to the answer myself, and it's about Jorge Mateo, and it's not about him winning any individual award. Here it is. Okay, If the rule was anytime Jorge Mateo gets on base, the next guy behind him automatically walks. Okay. The Orioles finished 3 games behind Tampa Bay for the wild card. And Tampa Bay had the wild card tiebreaker. So we would have to win 4 more games. Would that rule have been enough to get us to a playoff spot?
No,
If you don't think so. Okay.
because Mateo doesn't get on base enough.
But think about it. Think about how many times over the course of a year.
I'll think about it a little more than Ryan did, but
Yeah, sorry. I should have thought a little more, but just like, dude, that OBP is the first thing that came into my head. I don't think he gets on enough, man.
so what I'm trying to work my brain around. So on home runs, I assume the next person gets on via walk as well, right?
Yeah, so it would yes. If
Okay.
he hits a home run, the next guy.
So I'm trying to work my brain around this, but Mateo usually batted like 7th or 8th or 9th in the lineup. So if he bats like 7th or 8th, you're getting a guy on base who would otherwise probably not get on base, like a Chirinos or like Odor, something like that last year. And then you clear it out for like a guy like Mullins or Mountcastle or Adley or Gunnar to hit him in. So I do think that would probably get us over the top, but I don't think it would be enough to get us out of the first round of the playoffs.
No, I don't think it would have got us out of the first round of the playoffs. I went through the math in my head, and I came to the answer being no also. I think it would have added maybe 2 or 3 wins, because what I got was most of the box scores I pulled up, he was batting 9, so I just went with Cedric Mullins as the case. So Mullins had like a 318 on base percentage last year. So Mateo's getting on 25% of the time, right?
It's so pathetic.
After that 25% of the time, 32% of the time, Mullins is already getting on. So by my math, let's see, I got to Mullins on base percentage increasing to about 470.
Real quick, Ryan, can you pull up the 2022 Orioles month-to-month win-loss splits? It should be on Baseball Reference.
Sure.
Continue, Brett.
So, anyways, yeah, I got to Mullins added on base percentage from that, getting up to about 470. So that's about a 50% increase in his OBP, and he scored 90 runs last year. So in theory, we're going to score about 45 more runs. off of this rule. Now, we won 83 games already, so maybe only 21 or so of these runs are going to come in games that we lost. And I looked it up. About 28% of MLB games are decided by one run. So that brings us down to about 6 games or 6 runs that were in one-run games. Half of those we're probably going to lose in extra innings. Half of them are probably going to win. So that gets us to a tie with Tampa Bay. We have 3 more wins, but they have the tiebreaker.
So some information has come to my attention here, looking at the Baseball Reference splits. So this is common of every player you look at. So they do a bunch of different kinds of splits, but they have a month-to-month one, and they also have a game outcome for team one. So in wins, Jorge Mateo hit 11 home runs, 42 RBIs, 25 stolen bases, on base at a 307. OPS was almost 800. That's pretty solid.
Wow, that's actually
in losses, 72 games, so about the same amount of plate appearances, 2 home runs. So he had 11 in wins, 2 in losses, 8 RBIs in 72 games.
So
His batting average is 180.
All right, so you're talking about this case maybe only adding maybe 1 more win.
So that's what I'm trying to get to is like, since this would only matter in games where the Orioles were losing, and he's only getting on base at a 222 clip in those losses, I don't know if that actually gets it done. I don't know how many home runs you were away where it's like Mateo batted 9th and he was, I don't know, on base or something, and then Mullins hit like a home run. There probably weren't too many of those.
Another thing you got to consider, if he's batting 9th and Mullins is behind him, probably Mullins hit 18 home runs last year. Probably a couple of them Mateo was on base for, so that's going to take away a couple home runs too. We don't know if that's in a loss or a win. Or
I want to see where he batted the most last year. It looks like he was the 9th hitter significantly more than he was anything else. So, yeah, it would have been Mateo to Mullins.
So, yeah, I came to know as well, but it was a fun critical thinking exercise.
Yeah, this is fun. I definitely changed my answer to no after seeing the splits page. But, Ryan, do you have the month-to-month splits up?
No, I couldn't find it.
Okay, let me work on that. Because it's on like a weird section of Baseball Reference. I don't know, but I want to see
I'm on
if
Baseball
in months
Reference. I just can't find the thing that you're talking about.
Okay, let me see, because I wanted to see if in months that Mateo was good, that the Orioles were bad in.
Team win-loss splits. No. Season summary. No.
I feel like Mateo started out this season, at least for the first couple weeks, pretty decent, right?
I think he was like serviceable, but it just got a lot worse.
Right, by his standards, decent. Yeah.
See, doesn't it suck we have to say that? Like, by his standards.
Yep.
I think it's under schedule and results for the team page.
That's what I'm on right now. I don't see it.
There's a win-loss splits at the top as well.
Yeah, that's not it. It has like this little like bar graph thing that shows every single game.
Yeah, that's not helpful for anybody. Right here. It's in team win-loss splits. It's under the season summary.
There it is, month by month. Yep.
Okay, so the Orioles' worst months, well, we were under 500 in April, May, June. No, not June. April, May, and then September and October. So in April/March, Mateo was a 578 OPS hitter. Probably doesn't move the needle too much on any wins there. In May, he was a 648 OPS. Orioles had a losing record.
We did have a lot of losses in April and May.
April was bad. May was like almost 500, but still not a great month. He could have added a couple wins in May because he was a 237 on base, and we lost 16 games that month. And then
16. They went 16-9 in July and 17-10 in August. Such a good run.
The point I came to here during that how he does in wins versus losses is like, if you replace him with someone who can actually hit at least even like marginally better, you're going to win more games. Like, that seems simple to think about, but he was so bad in those losses that like it was kind of unfathomable. I've never seen that bad of splits versus wins and losses.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
He had 8 RBIs in 76 games or something like that. 72 games.
So basically, the Orioles' success depends on Jorge Mateo hitting well.
I want to die. Don't say that.
like you'll see that for a lot of players, like they will have worse stats and losses because obviously that makes sense. But I've never seen him that vast where he has like, I don't know, 4 times the amount of RBIs for the wins, and his home runs were like nothing.
Josh, did you see the link I sent you on Twitter?
Just now.
Yeah, I mean a couple minutes ago.
Let me get to it. Heston Kjerstad first auto. How much is it going for? $25,000 for the Superfractor.
Yeah. You know what would make me real upset though if I had that card? Look how fucking poor the centering is on a 1 of 1.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
Bowman's usually pretty good about that stuff. Like Topps is usually kind of bad with the quality control, but Bowman's on top of it. They're the same company, but it's like their higher end product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's annoying. That card is not worth 25 grand. But...
No. Probably never be worth 25 grand, honestly.
No. All right. Well, this was fun. I enjoyed this.
It was a good time. For
yeah.
sure.
We'll have to think of another one for next week.
Look at that. Look how like all it takes is the O's playing a couple of spring games. Look how more structured and like these episodes
we have information. I was gonna say that at the end actually. Like it's nice to talk some real baseball with you guys. It's
To be fair, we didn't talk about jerseys and hats for half of it. So
but we're excited because it's spring ball, Brad.
Yeah.
At least it's baseball though. You know what I mean? Like,
We talked about melatonin last week.
Yeah. And, you guys let me go on aviation rants sometimes. It's at least it's not that. At least it's staying on the topic of baseball.
That's important for the baseball podcast. We're really bringing our standards up. The floor is up.
Although speaking of airplanes,
vroom, vroom.
I did just get this sweet new model right here.
Make an airplane sound when you're holding it.
I'm not making that sound.
Brad's was pretty sad, so I think you can top that one.
I am not doing airplane sounds.
Yeah, do you default to the propeller or do you go with the jets or something? Like, do you just
I think propeller noises are easier to make.
Oh yeah, you just
It's not actually easy to make jet engine noises.
You could try.
I'm not gonna try. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna finish this podcast because it's over now.
Well, end it before I get angry with your lack of plane noises over there.
All right, you need to calm down. All right, ladies and gents, thank you for tuning in to this wonderful podcast. I hope you're all getting as excited as we are that baseball season is rolling around once again. If you're going to happen to be in Sarasota this weekend, hit Josh and I up. We'll hang out with you. We will be at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We will be at Shamrock Pub in Sarasota watching the Arsenal game. So you can come join us there.
I just found out about this myself.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know the name of the pub.
I sent you the screenshot.
Maybe I didn't look at the name.
God, you are the worst. God. But yeah, we'll be there watching the Arsenal game and then straight over to Ed Smith Stadium. So yeah, if you're going to be down there, hit us up.
I must share that I have a dog now. They're in the room now. We're house sitting. Hey, bud.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right.
Cat. The fuck? He's usually always around me. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Follow us per usual. You should know the ats by now. I don't need to read them to you. Anything else to add, boys?
Hope you guys know the ats too, or feel inclined to go find them.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is know how to type on Twitter, so I think you can figure it out.
I think they're in our Apple and Spotify descriptions too.
Yes, they are. Figure it out. I don't need to read these. I don't need to read these at the end of every episode anymore. Sorry.
We're teaching discipline and self-application to our listeners too. And that's
61 episodes. I'm done. I'm done reading the ats, Josh. You can't.
Next week we can talk about Aaron.
At Podcast Birdie.
All right.
Follow at Podcast Birdie.
Yes, just do that. Don't follow me. Don't follow Josh. Don't follow Brad. Just follow the show account. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Oh, and vote for out-of-state O's in the March Madness tournament.
Do not vote for him.